Somehow Air-Deraan returned.
That's right. After nearly being replaced by a much more cost-effective solution, we're friggin' back. We don't care about money. We're here to talk about Star Wars instead.
Specifically, Beat Beach.
Are we really doing this?
No, specifically Bad Batch.
Episode 3, Season 1, probably the only season that there will be.
Yes.
Replacements.
Whoa.
Spoilerific title, maybe. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm Freddy.
I'm Vojta.
And
we're freaking on Air-Deraan. We're doing this. We're diving as deep as humanly or clonely possible.
Whoa!
We're freaking searching for the connections to literally everything that exists because we're that kind of nerds.
And we've literally just watched this episode.
Yeah, we haven't done this in like 20 episodes.
Which is strange to think.
It's really strange to think that we've done more than 20 episodes.
Yeah, we're going to be near 30 soon.
Yeah, we're almost 70.
But we will be structuring this episode much like the previous two.
Basically like every other episode that we've been doing.
Minus Motto Rancisis.
And the Django Bango's Jingle Django.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was a bit of a different one. But the way that we are actually doing it is we start with Grand Admiral Thoughts. Which is
our general thoughts. But we're better than that. I mean, one could say we promoted it to Vice Admiral and then promoted that guy to Admiral and then to Grand Admiral.
Yeah, and we really care about art. Therefore, Grand Admiral Thoughts.
Well, but we are just talking about our general non-spoiler thoughts. So if we thought yes, if we thought no, if all of that. And then
let's not get into it.
And then
because next up is the segment in which we don't get too deep into it.
Crochet Granite.
Yeah, the opposite of nitty gritty.
Because in Crochet Granite we go over the entire plot of the episode.
We try to go as fast and as efficiently as possible.
And it never is.
Because we're not good soldiers and we don't follow orders.
Yeah. And then after that is of course Nitty Gritty,
our signature segment in which
no one else has any segment called that. We invented the term.
I mean, it's possible that no one else has a segment called Nitty Gritty.
I think it's possible no one else in the entire world has said Crochet Granite before. I genuinely think it's possible no one has said that before.
If we do any break, I'm going to Google Crochet Granite and see if someone like crochets rocks or something.
Yeah, crochet Jedi rocks.
Whoa!
But in Nitty Gritty, we go over just small parts of the episode. Yeah, anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, we go as deep or as wide or as far flung and as remotely connected or disconnected as we want.
Do you think we'll talk about Star Wars? Do you think we'll talk about the Second World War? Or current political situations and conflicts going on in the modern world? Or will we talk about what we ate for lunch?
Will we talk about Bionicle?
That is possible.
Is it Bionicle or Bionicles?
Bionicle.
Okay.
Biological Chronicle.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, because like all of the people are like biomechanical. They're like got lungs and brains.
Are you sure that Bionicle doesn't stand for biomechanical?
What do you mean?
You said that it's biological chronicle. Are you sure it's short for biomechanical?
No, it means a biological chronicle. Because that's what the cool of Bionicle is for chronicle.
Oh yeah, it's spelled different. Never mind.
So
it would be Bionical.
Whoa. As you probably can tell, this episode is fitting for the series title Bad Batch Content.
Mm-hmm.
And to round off this episode, we'll be going into our actual signature segment.
Yeah. The light, the dark, and the one in the middle.
The Bendu.
Where we highlight a good thing about this episode.
A bad thing in this episode.
And a thing in this episode.
Yeah, just a thing. Is it good, bad? No, it's a thing.
It's a thing. It can be literally anything.
Is it a thing from the movie The Thing?
It could be.
Whoa. What about the remake?
Could be.
Whoa.
Could it be the Thing from Fantastic Four? Yes.
Whoa.
Could be the Thing from Fant Four Stick? No.
No. It is never going to be that. He needs
Never.
to put some shorts on.
Unless they
He
put...
keeps hanging rock dong.
Rock out with your rock out.
Whoa.
Unless they put him into an episode of any Star Wars content and he's good. What if Geode is just the Thing that survived for like thousands of years?
I mean, I don't think that lines up with the Thing's origin story. I hate to break it to you.
Well, but we don't know Geode's origin story.
What, are you saying that Geode is the Thing in the far future that went to the far past? And
Yes,
that's
indeed.
what, so like his arms and legs and head erodes off because he's made of rock. And so all that's left is his body.
Yes.
Whoa.
Or he just prefers to be like curled up into an egg when
Yeah.
people are watching because he hates himself so much
He likes
for
the people.
starring in the worst movie ever made. Which we talked about this off air, Duran, but
Off Air-Deraan.
whoa, yeah, this is another episode of On Air-Deraan.
Yeah, forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and I forgot to change the name of the last On Air-Deraan.
Well, now
episode,
you can
but
do that.
Now I can do it. I can do it retroactively too.
Whoa.
Point being that Fant Four Stick came out before episode 7.
Yeah.
Which just blows my mind because it feels like nothing existed before Star Wars.
I remember being on holiday when my friend texted me about when she just saw Fan Four Stick. And from memory, she said it was terrible. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't remember. I'm assuming that because I'd heard the controversy about it. Oh God, it was when that terrible thing in Tunisia happened as well that summer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Which terrible thing in Tunisia?
At the resort. Yeah. That's why I remember it. That's terrible.
Speaking of terrible though,
This episode,
was not? That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was good.
I also thought it was good, but probably the least of these three so far.
I think as an episode, it works better than the first one because I don't. As I said in 2 episodes ago, first episode doesn't have an ending, really.
Well, it is a setup for the whole
Yeah,
show.
it's a setup, but I mean, it's not like a self-contained. It's not like a contained story.
Yeah,
I don't mean completely self-contained. It doesn't need to be completely self-contained, but I mean, it's not an contained episode in an episodic series.
Which I think is fine.
I think it's fine as well, but
It is what it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
whereas
episode.
this had a bit of an arc.
Yeah, I think it was quite good for that, and I liked how we saw multiple perspectives.
Yes, in a way, for a little bit, it reminded me of the Mando episode, The Passenger, for a few reasons.
Yeah.
But I think that it didn't really have any of the
Downsides of that episode.
downsides is probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love The Passenger. I think it's a better episode than The Jedi. I think every episode in season 2 is better than The Jedi, but
I do agree that The Passenger is better made than The Jedi, but I still prefer The Jedi.
oof. The more I think about The Jedi, the less I like it.
Well, I feel the same about your freaking favorite thing in the universe, the Heiress. So I guess we're.
Yeah, the Heiress is just it's so tight. I mean, it gets to the point. Has the Quarren guy was like, I know a boat that can take you up to the Mandalorian.
Oh yes, freaking Sam Elliott, the the Mon Cala of Quarren.
Yeah, the Mon Cala as well.
You killed my brothers. Prepare to die.
Whoa! Just like Princess Bride. Wonder if he was the dread pirate Quarren.
Ooh, I mean, they did feel like pirates, or at
I
least
think they were
whalers.
just like a gang type of thing. Yeah, they were wearing jumpers and hats.
I really like those hats. I'm not gonna lie, but this isn't an episode about the Heirs or the Passenger or Mando at all.
This is bad batch.
This is bad batch content.
Yeah.
So let's. Do we have any more unspoilerific thoughts about this?
I mean, a lot of the things you can really talk about for this episode is all spoilers, I guess.
That is true. It was fairly short, and a lot of that happened. This was pretty tightly packed. So we might as well jump into the Crochet Granite.
Which is the story?
Which is the story?
Which is the story? Question mark.
Are you avoiding copyright right
yes.
Well, the story was this one.
Ah.
The Bad Batch, their ship is pretty badly banged up after their...
Bad.
It's
Batchly banged up.
It's batchly banged up.
Django Bango.
Batchly bangoed up.
Yes.
After their escape from Seleucus, last episode.
Yeah.
And they have to crash land on an unspecified moon, whose name may or may not be Ordo. But
Ordo Moon.
Ordo
we'll get
Moon.
onto that later.
Yes. And there are some monsters that are skulking around and are trying to pick the ship apart for stuff.
They want the energy.
They want the juice.
They drink. They consume
raw energy.
Yeah, because they're cool.
Yes.
Electric car companies hate them.
Indeed. Tesla is their sworn enemy, as everyone should be.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's not a great company.
Well, especially it's not led by the most moral of people.
Big yikes.
Yep. Point being, freaking one of those monsters snatches an important component of the ship, and Hunter and Omega go and freaking after them.
Yeah.
And after freaking Hunter gets bopped, Omega has to step up and steal the thingy back from the monster to prove herself.
In a better cave scene than in the last than in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about those movies, but it was somewhat reminiscent to a degree that we might need to talk about
later.
Yes,
because concurrently to all of this was another story. Because General
Vice Admiral Rampart, with the sharpest chin in the galaxy.
Yeah, he's got bloody... You cut yourself on that.
Yeah, that's what happened to Cut Up.
Whoa.
You thought he was eaten by an eel koth, but no.
It's actually General Rampart's chin.
Yeah.
So he is in charge of some reorganization stuff. He was in the last episode doing the chain coach stuff.
Yeah, he was in a big hologram on Seleucus.
Yeah, well, presumably he was in a big hologram everywhere as well.
Probably. In every major city and minor city.
Yeah.
He has this initiative.
Which is...
That
recruits.
Did it have a name?
I can't remember.
We're a good podcast.
We're a good podcast.
Yes.
Lore deep dive. Okay, so what was this really important thing? Oh, I can't remember.
But I do remember Agent Kolar replacing Heathcoff.
Yeah, I do remember how Coleman Cadge actually survives Order 66 from a single panel to Darth Vader comic from 2 years ago.
Yeah. Freaking...
We should write a story of how Coleman Cadge survives Order 66. We should AI dungeon it.
We definitely should.
That could be fun.
Just how we AI dungeoned what the plot of the Jedi would be.
Yeah.
And it was better, I think.
It wasn't too dissimilar.
Oddly enough, yeah.
Apart from
Mando touching the dark side and dying or something like that.
Yeah, Ahsoka died and then came back to life.
With a slightly different name,
yeah.
I think.
But the origin story in the AI dungeon version of the Jedi of Din Djarin is that he was actually a Padawan like Ahsoka who got kicked out of the Jedi Temple, and I think Ahsoka was also his stepsister. Oh no! It's what's up, step bro? But they didn't do that. I actually know. I think they said that they loved each other.
But as brother and sister.
Maybe.
Like Luke and Leia.
I mean, I hope not. But talking about brothers...
Yes.
General Rampart wants to replace the brothers with some recruits.
Yeah.
And he's got 4 of the best soldiers in the galaxy.
He believes that soldiers who conscript themselves... No, not conscript.
Recruit. Like, join willingly.
Yes, will follow orders much better than clones.
And the moral implications of clones and also this we'll probably discuss soon.
Indeed. And this little squad was going to be led by Crosshair.
Yeah, as a commander.
Mm-hmm. Which some of the new recruits don't react too well.
Yeah, and their first mission is to finish what Clone Force 99 started on Onderon.
Their grandfather unit 99.
Yeah.
Go to Onderon and frickin' find Saw Gerrera and...
neutralize the partisans, and...
Well, they're not partisans yet.
No, they are the... Oh, wait, yeah, they're not, sorry.
I mean, technically they might be partisans, but they're not called the partisans.
Sorry. But the new Stormtrooper force, I guess you could call it.
I don't think they have a name yet.
Yeah, but they kill all of Saw Gerrera's lot. Pretty brutally. Including
the refugees they were trying to help.
Yeah, because good soldiers commit war crimes.
Indeed.
One of the recruits, the best soldiers in the galaxy, when Crosshair says to kill the refugees, they're just like, this is terrible, we shouldn't do this, this is not right, none of us are going to follow this order. And Crosshair is like, well, you wonder why they made me the head of the unit, and just fucking shoots him. And then, the other soldiers commit war crimes.
Yeah, just flamethrower all those refugees.
Yeah, women and children. That's fun.
In this 6+ episode.
Yeah, 6+.
Technically, I don't think there were children, but still.
Well, we know there are children in that refugee group from the first episode.
We didn't at least see children.
Yeah, but we know they have to have died.
Well, they could have been on a different transport.
I don't know.
That left earlier.
Maybe, but Saw Gerrera had left earlier.
Mm-hmm. We know that for a fact, but we don't know where.
Exactly. And so they get back to Camino, and then they're like, okay, cool, the recruits actually did do it. We're not going to completely replace the clone troopers. And that's when I was like, whew, thank God.
But they are going to supplement the clone troopers with participants.
Which I guess we can just get straight into nitty-gritty.
Well, there's one more thing.
Is that? Oh, yeah. You say.
Yes. They do mention that Jango Fett's genetic material is deteriorating.
Which we knew from Season 3 of Clone Wars.
Indeed. That far back.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like in one of the later episodes.
No, it was an issue when the invasion of Camino happened.
Oh, I was worried that you were going to say that it happened in supply lines.
Oh, God, imagine.
That freaking even before Ryloth. Never mind.
Set before Christophsis. Oh, no, no, you're right. Yeah, before Ryloth. I'm an idiot. I'm a fake fan.
Indeed. As we established multiple times, yes.
Yeah.
They need to step up their game. They need A, new genetic material, and B, make themselves indispensable. And for that, they need a special project of Nala Se.
Yeah. So, what's going on?
Who's that kid?
Who's that kid? So they're saying we may as well nitty gritty.
Yes.
So they're Nala Se and Lama Su, the Prime Minister, they were discussing this, and they were saying like how they're going to have to get a donor from one of the clones, and they probably would die to get all the DNA they need. So I'm assuming they're going to try and take DNA from a first generation clone.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, because because they were saying they basically need more Jango DNA or more DNA on new specimen, and they were looking at the clone troopers in the mess hall. So I thought either they're going to be taking trying to get DNA from a first generation clone, where the DNA that they have is probably less deteriorated because they're the first batch. You have the bad batch, and you have the first batch, or. And here is a thing I think is actually possible, and which brings in the mercenary stuff and the Fennec Shan stuff. They need Boba's DNA.
Because it's untampered.
It's completely untampered, so it's Jango Fett, basically.
Well, we know that Boba Fett isn't dead, so...
No, but I mean, it might not kill them.
Yeah, and also there are no clones anymore in the galaxy.
Yeah, so maybe they just don't do it.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible that the Kaminoans... Because they said all of the clones are technically Kaminoan property. So are they going to try and say like, oh yeah, Boba Fett's also our property?
Are they going to pull a freaking Harry Potter thing where, oh, technically we made the sword and we're just loaning it to you, so it's still a Goblin property?
Oh yeah, yeah, they might do that. So that's why I think Fennec Shand might come in
to hunt.
She might, yeah, because I know you disagreed with me a couple of episodes ago in our speculation thing, but I think that Fennec Shand does have a history with Boba Fett. I think they had met at some point in the past, like before the Gunslinger.
It's not completely impossible.
So if Fennec Shand, maybe she's like, oh yeah, hunt Boba Fett.
Yes, but why would that put her on a collision course with the Bad Batch?
Because maybe she mistakes Boba Fett. They all have the same. Well, I mean,
Boba Fett is like 10 years. Well, looks like 10 years younger than them.
Yeah, but maybe they'll say. Maybe they neglect to mention the age, or maybe they do say the age. Much like how at the start of The Mandalorian, he gets told Grogu's age and species, but like obviously Boba Fett's age is the same as the Bad Batch's age, isn't it? Like maybe they might not specify accelerated growth, or maybe there's another reason why she comes into conflict with Bad Batch.
Unless somehow Omega is also first generation and also doesn't have accelerated aging.
Who? The Bad Batch?
Omega.
Oh, Omega. Maybe. It's possible.
Omega.
I think that is actually genuinely possible.
Yeah. Well, she's not untampered, but she might be like, she is enhanced. So if they do want like better clones, they would probably want them to be enhanced as well.
It's possible that Omega, because people kept saying Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. I mean, that's a fact. Not like a conjecture. That's a fact. So that means, Omega must be the last of the clone troopers. And clearly she's not. So what if she's the last of the first batch?
That's possible.
Because like you have, in Legends at least, you had Alpha, didn't you? Who is the first clone. I mean, other than Boba Fett, obviously.
I don't know about him.
He's an ARC trooper. So maybe Omega is the last of that line of cloners.
It is possible. It's possible that maybe they would change how the first batch would be. Maybe all of them are like slightly different. How Boba Fett is just a direct clone. Omega would be what she is, and maybe there's a couple others that are just slightly different.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? But the reason why I also say Boba Fett is because you said how Boba Fett was going to be in Dark Disciple.
Indeed.
And they're going to
Dathomir and Pantora.
And Pantora. So does that mean we're going to see like the Boba Fett stuff from the original Dark Disciple in Bad Batch?
Well, he is not in the Dark Disciple much. He doesn't do anything too important.
But I mean in the original episodes.
The original one, yeah. You can see him in the reels. I think he's one of the bounty hunters fighting Dooku.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, they can't just straight up take the plot of Dark Disciple and set it in Bad Batch because it's too late for that.
Yeah.
But they could reuse some of the places and concepts because they probably put a lot of stuff into those.
Yeah, because like as we've established from last week and the week before, a lot of the things are assets they already had made. Like the asset for young Kanan, Depu Billaba, and bloody Commander Grey. They were made like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this. Like, I don't mind that they're going to like these places because what's like, why not? And B, they look nice, and C, they're like pretty important places. And like, if their story makes sense for why they're doing it and going there, which looking for Boba Fett to have a good genetic material, yeah, like That makes total sense to me.
And Boba Fett's got to get train code somehow.
Mm-hmm. That is very true.
I don't know. I think now in current canon, they are trying to make Boba Fett more of a character like they were doing in the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're kind of like, now they're ignoring the old Boba Fett bounty hunter comic, which just made him into a heartless killer.
Yeah. He's a little bit of a heartless killer in the current Bounty Hunters comic.
I think they're not gonna... They're trying to do something, I think, that's gonna like change his ways to be more like Mandalorian.
I feel like spending some amount of time in a Sarlacc and just meditating and...
Or as we talked about.
Yeah, just getting a lot more chill, having a bit of a smoke afterwards.
Yeah, with the Sarlacc made him who he is.
Yeah.
But it's... I don't know, it's... I feel like they are trying to develop his character more into being somebody rather than just like a cool looking guy in armor.
Just the Terminator.
Yeah.
Without the quips.
Yeah, because as I've said, Boba Fett in the Clone Wars I think is really interesting. So it's one of my favourite like parts of the Clone Wars. So I would like to see it continued in the same vein.
And it's very much possible that they're just hiding him from us because a lot of the trailers are done.
Apart from
the trailer that came out like a day after episode 1, the first episode, and we still don't know when that's supposed to be.
I low-key kind of don't want to see that because I like this episode. I liked how it was a sort of a story that wasn't reliant on external things. It was all stuff that happened like because of them rather than happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
like
see.
Half of it was mostly character based. I guess.
There's going to be people saying that this is filler. I know there will be.
There will definitely be.
Yeah.
Like as I said, like this had kind of a passenger vibe, which A, wasn't filler, and B, this isn't filler either.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the crosshair stuff.
Yeah,
but also especially the Bad Batch stuff.
Yeah, because Omega got her own room.
Yeah.
Wrecker made it, which is quite sweet.
Yeah, I didn't know he had it in him.
Well, Wrecker seems to be a nice guy.
He really is.
Omega. No.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, I felt like in this episode all the Bad Batch also have personality.
Yeah, they do a little bit more. I feel like this time Tech got a little bit of a shorter end of the stick. He didn't do that much.
We did more last episode though.
Yeah. Echo did do a little bit.
Yeah. Like it seems like Hunter's clearly the main one.
Yes.
But I feel like they are giving each one a time to shine. So like last episode, out the supporting Bad Batch, there was a lot more Tech. This episode was a lot more Wrecker. Mm-hmm. Next episode might be more Echo.
Could be. Who knows? Tough to say. And I'm starting to think that maybe... I was kind of conflicted because like in the Bad Batch segments, it kind of felt to me like they might be setting up like a redemption for Crosshair.
Yeah, because they were having like a lot of...
oh, we miss him.
Yeah, Wrecker was like, is it just me or does everyone really miss Crosshair?
Yeah, they find his weapons box.
Yeah, and
Wrecker's like, oh, he shot me, but it hurt, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so like Omega was trying to say like how it sort of wasn't Crosshair's fault, and they were Wrecker was like, oh, so you mean that wasn't Crosshair? So he's still, you know,
he's still in there.
Well, somewhere similar
to Darth Vader,
Darth Dad,
and Darth Grandson. Yeah,
well, I think mostly for Vader because they like bring it. It's more, I think.
Well, don't you remember how Kylo Ren had his big face turn and completely changed his moveset when he started being a good guy again? After he somehow flew a TIE fighter to Exegol.
I was apparently a TIE scout.
That's still... no.
Why didn't they just make it red and it would make it one of the Imperial Guard, the Red Guard? Or that reminds me.
Crimson Empire?
No. The worst but simultaneously best fan theory I've ever heard in my entire life. for Star Wars. Sorry. So you know the Red Guard?
Yes.
You know how they were around, Palpatine and that. Where's Palpatine from?
Naboo.
Yeah.
They're not Gungans.
No. What if the Red Guard, this is what the theory said, were the evolution of the Handmaidens?
Oh my... What if Palpatine... You're saying that Palpatine is one of the Red Guards, and the person who gets yeeted into the shaft is just...
It's possible. Is actually Cordy from episode 2.
Isn't she the one who blew up?
Yeah, she did blow up. Oh, what about Sabe? Oh no, she gets shot in Clone Wars. I don't know. But the fan theory is that the Red Guard are the Handmaidens from episode 1.
Jesus Christ.
Because they both wear red. And they kind of have the same hood thing. Kind of.
Yeah, just the visor on their helmet is just an evolution of that weird lip thing that Padme had.
Yeah, well, don't insult her culture.
Speaking of Naboo, you know how one of the people says, disruption of communication can mean only one thing: invasion.
Yeah, that guy.
He says it again in one of the comics.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, I think it's in the prequel to Blue Shadow Virus.
Oh my god! Why is he still around?
I don't know.
God, I thought he was arrested or something.
Was he?
I can't remember. Did he have?
Was he like Panaka, like a bad guy like him?
I think he was more of the opposition. He was the Jeremy Corbyn to Padme's.
But I thought
Theresa May.
That Padme is AOC. Wouldn't that make him more of a Bojo?
Maybe. No, I'm saying Boris Johnson was never the leader of the opposition. I'm saying that the guy who says invasion, I thought he was the leader of the opposition.
Maybe.
Or I could be completely wrong. I can't remember.
I don't know either. Those people always give me a Hunger Games vibe, even though I've never seen those movies, the way they dressed and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's more extravagant in Hunger Games. Yeah, Stanley Tucci's in that film with hair.
I hate that.
It's blue.
I hate that.
And he's got lots of tan, fake tan. I genuinely didn't realise it was Stanley Tucci.
Again, because he had hair.
Yeah, you never recognise him. So, if Boba Fett has the most recognisable face, Stanley Tucci has the least recognisable face.
Yeah, because he just looks like Mark Strong.
Stanley Tucci as Darth Malak.
Stanley Tucci as...
What's another bold character?
Wrecker?
Wrecker! Ah! Yeah, we're totally not whitewashing, guys. Why do you keep saying it? And now introducing Stanley Tucci as live-action Wrecker.
Is Stanley Tucci white?
I don't
Probably.
know. Well, more so than...
Yeah, definitely more so than Tamara Morrison.
Yeah. You said during this episode that Omega didn't look as white compared to the rest of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that just because she's blonde doesn't mean that she's white.
Yeah, but then again, the Bad Batch are also whiter than the other clones.
Yeah, especially Echo.
Well, I mean, I don't think that counts with Echo.
Yeah, no.
Because,
that really doesn't count.
He hadn't seen Sun for, years.
Yeah. Probably.
It would have been about a year.
Fair enough.
So...
And he got probably half his blood replaced with, techno juice.
Oh, yeah.
With, never mind.
Do you remember the Techno Viking on YouTube?
It rings a bell.
It was that shirtless guy. It was jamming out to some a techno thing in Germany. He was walking down the street jamming out to it.
Yeah.
That is peak 2011 YouTube.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
In this galaxy.
Not too far away.
In this galaxy, but it was far, far away. Because galaxies travel at a pretty
Oh my
god!
Fast time.
Wait, does that mean that in a galaxy far, far away could still mean in this galaxy, but because it's a long time ago, it was somewhere else?
Oh.
Star Wars is history. Star Wars takes place in the -12th age.
Jesus.
Where linking it all together. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and real life are all in the same universe.
Look, if you just take the lungs map and make it into a galaxy, it works.
Whoa.
No, it doesn't work. That map is just atrocious.
One lung is the chaos, the other lung is the lesser space.
Yeah. Why do the Chiss call their own region of space the chaos?
Because it's pretty chaotic.
Well, yeah, well, you could... I mean...
Well, it's because it's really hard to navigate because of like a long chain explosion of multiple supernovas.
Yeah.
There's like debris everywhere, and it's kind of weird.
And it gets... Yeah, it's caused some wrath.
It gets everywhere. Unless you have a Skywalker on board.
Yeah.
Which, slight side note to High Republic times. I know that you probably haven't had time to read it yet, but have you like looked up what's up with like denial and what makes them do the stuff they do?
Turns out, right, correct me if I'm wrong, turns out Nile didn't do the Great Cataclysm.
Oh no, they did.
Oh, fuck! Okay.
But denial think that it was an accident, but it was not.
What? How can they do it and think it was an accident?
Well, denial think that it's an accident. Their leader knows that it wasn't.
Oh, Marchion Row.
Yeah. At least Mark Wolf pronounces it Marchion Row.
Oh.
But then again, that same person pronounces Nile, Nihil, and also Nile interchangeably.
That's cursed. Maybe Nile and Nihil are the singular and plural.
Sure.
So wait, why?
We don't really know yet. I think he meant it to do like a big power grab to like heighten their position in the galaxy from like troublemakers to like an actual feared position, and he also like wanted to do a power grab over the entire Nile because he had like a pretty high position as they're like the guy who takes care of their paths.
Yeah,
but
it's like the storm and like...
Well, storms...
The cloud. What?
That's like their hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's like you got lightning bolts or whatever, you got storms, you got tempests.
Yeah.
And probably something in between. Cloud Riders, that's someone else. That's Enfys Nest.
Yeah, but I genuinely do think that Enfys Nest is descended from Nile.
It's possible.
But without the
paths.
Without the destroying things.
Yeah. But it turns out the way that they are able to use the hyperspace in those weird ways is because they have this woman locked up in like a cryo chamber who has some sort of a probably connection to the Force that makes her able to like find different paths through the galaxy.
That's a Skywalker.
Exactly. She's basically the same as a Skywalker.
But not a Chiss.
And also, she doesn't lose those abilities when she turns like 10, as most Skywalkers do.
Yeah, that's
which is still kind of unexplained.
Yeah.
So basically, denial, the Chiss, coincidence? I think not.
Well, I think Marchion Row, from memory, is blue.
Yeah, he could be a Chiss.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it's not him who has that power, and that woman that they have locked up, who's like 90 years old. I don't think she's Chiss.
Yeah.
I think she might be a Santeca.
Ah, well, yeah.
Of Lord Santeca's family.
Because that used to be big back in the High Republic times.
Mm-hmm.
Same as, what are the other ones?
Yoda and Jarl Puff and Big Oppo.
No, I mean the families.
I don't remember the other families.
Yeah.
Kind of like...
The Solos.
That's not a family.
Yeah. It's like, who are your people? I have no people.
I'm going to call you...
Loser!
I was going to say Hans Skywalker.
I'm Ray. I'm Ray Nobody. Ray Solo.
I would like that more because at least she had like a connection with him.
Yeah.
And she took his ship.
Why didn't she just say, I'm Ray? Who the fuck presses people for their surname?
Like twice in the span of like a week.
Yeah, you had that weird elephant child ask, and that old lady on a bloody thing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though, but I mean, I guess back to this episode. of Bad Batch rather than ranting about the rise of Last. The rise of
Rise of
Skywalker.
Last Force.
The rise of The Last of Us.
Ooh, more controversy that we probably
Whoa,
don't need to talk
I'm
about.
staying out of it, much like how Tarkin was like, let's stay out of using only recruits at the moment. Let's keep using clone troopers. Because that's what you were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, how they can't really launch straight into recruits because they would have like no one.
Yeah, which I think is, I was like, thank the maker.
Yes,
So.
and especially thank them for, even though they are using recruits, they're still using the Phase 2 clone armor. Or at least maybe a modification.
Oh my god,
of
if
it.
they were using Stormtrooper armor, I would have actually like cried. And not in a good way, that would be terrible. That would be my dark side from the speculation episode. But yeah, so Tarkin was like talking about either Tarkin or Lama Su was saying about conscripts, and then Ryan Rampart said how we're not using conscripts, we're using people that joined up by their own choice, by their own volition. They will make much more loyal soldiers. And I mean, he's got a point, because I mean, the clones is slavery.
Yeah.
They're forced to do it. And like, if you're like Cutler Crane and decide, I want freedom, and it's like, you're a bad clone. It's like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's morally very bad. And Empire's
more moral than the Republic?
Well, no. They are like accidentally more moral in this one respect.
Yeah.
But again, they are then ordered to kill civilians, and they do it.
Yeah.
Which clones before Order 66 could possibly refuse.
Yeah, I think clones before Order 66 would have refused it, but clones after the inhibited ship started couldn't.
Which we've literally seen in episode 1 of Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah.
With the same people. Well, ish.
I say, is that why they went back to Onderon? I was like wondering, why did they make all these models just to see Onderon once? And it's like, because we're seeing it again.
They're coming back, baby. Although I am hoping that we will actually get to see Saw Gerrera at least one more time.
Oh yeah, well I mean, they're not gonna make a Saw Gerrera model for just one scene.
I would hope not.
I mean, like, honestly, like, it takes a lot of time for them to make these.
Yeah. That's, again, as we discussed, that's why they reused Depa Bilaba and Kanan.
Yeah.
And the others, and probably will reuse others in the future.
Yeah, what other models have they made?
We talked about Drayden Voss.
Yeah, probably Dryden Voss at some point. Would it be voiced by Paul Bettany?
Possibly.
But he's bigger now.
He was pretty big in 2018 already.
Yeah, that's true. But
like,
I mean,
he
that
was
was
around
for a
since
movie.
like what, 2014?
He's been around a lot longer than that.
Well, I know, but like in Marvel.
Yeah, in Marvel, he was around since Iron Man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But not in a super major role.
Well, yeah, in a voice role, yeah. That was after his acting career sort of tanked.
Did it?
I mean, but I don't know why it happened, but he just wasn't really getting many jobs. And then Jon Favreau was like, "Do you want to voice a asshole-ish sounding computer?" It's like, yeah, sure.
I guess similar trajectory to RDJ himself.
Yeah.
Although hopefully without drugs being involved.
Yeah, I don't think there were drugs involved with Paul Bettany. As far as I know. But like with Solo, though, it seemed to have tanked Alden Emmerich's career.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not been in anything, has he?
I don't think so.
That sucks, because he did really well in Solo.
Yeah. People being haters just suck.
Yeah, is he in the... has he got like the Star Wars... Curse? No, not Harrison Ford, because he succeeded.
Yeah, but like literally everyone else.
What if Alden Emmerich will appear in the Blues Brothers 3? like Carrie Fisher appeared in Blues Brothers.
Who would even play the Blues Brothers?
Is the other one dead as well?
I don't know which one he is, but maybe? I don't know. Is he
Because
Harold Ramis?
I don't know their names.
There's Garfield.
Garfield?
The voice of Bill Murray.
He's one of the Blues Brothers.
No, he's in Ghostbusters.
Why? We're not talking about...
But like one of the Ghostbusters is the other Blues brother, I think.
Is he? I don't know. I've only seen him with the glasses on in Blues Brothers.
I only saw Ghostbusters 2, so I don't know.
Uh,
It's not bad.
I know. I've never seen Ghostbusters, so I know Ghostbusters 3 is the video game by Telltale before they went bad.
I didn't know they were Telltale, and they didn't go bad.
Telltale did go bad.
Did they?
Yeah. Have you not seen like the Game of Thrones Telltale game?
Well,
that piece of shit.
It's not great, but is it really that bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
also, they went bankrupt.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, because the games they made weren't received that well. They had hardly made any of them, and even though they simultaneously didn't put much effort into them either.
I thought that like the Batman ones were good.
Possibly, but I mean they didn't last that long.
I think the Minecraft one they didn't even finish.
Well, they didn't finish like the Game of Thrones one. That was meant to have season, like extra seasons, but it only had season 1.
Fair enough. I also heard that like the engine they used didn't even have any physics, so even anytime there was like rocks rolling, they would have to manually animate all of that.
Is because they used the same engine since the
very
start.
first one.
Yeah, I think they also made a Back to the Future one, which apparently was good.
I think so. That one might be like a bit more gamey, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I think they made even like a Jurassic Park, like
they did
way back when.
Yeah, so that was when like that's what made them famous. Because
that's what kind of started that trend.
Yeah,
and then I think it was Walking Dead that really catapulted them into.
Those like Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future enabled them to make higher budget Walking Dead one.
Yeah, and that's probably where they peaked.
Yeah, that's where they peaked. After that, they made
Wolf Among Us.
They did do that, yeah, which apparently is very good. Then they did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did they really make Guardians?
Yeah,
of the Galaxy?
they really made a Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game.
Huh. They made a Borderlands, but there was maybe a little bit later.
Tales is that? No, that's different. They did make
Borderlands.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Apparently it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, Borderlands 3 is apparently bad as well.
It depends.
Pre-sequel?
That's
that's the second one, isn't it?
That's the third one.
Oh, which is the bad one.
Is it?
Apparently it wasn't good when it came out. It came out 2 years ago.
Oh, fair enough. Borderlands 3 was like this year or last year.
So Borderlands 3 is not the pre-sequel?
No.
Oh, well, that's what I meant. I meant Borderlands 3 is the bad one.
I thought it was fine, I think.
I mean, from the reception, it wasn't the best.
So from what I hear, the first one is the bad one, because the second one is just a big step up.
Whoa!
I only played the first one, though.
Yeah. Telltale also they made Game of Thrones.
Oh.
They made the last season of The Walking Dead wasn't made by the same studio or the same They fired the writing team of The Walking Dead season 1, and then hired other people to do it, and then it was not as good as the first one because they fired all the writing team or replaced the writing team. And they were like, why is no one saying they like it as much as the first one? It's pretty much the same game. It hasn't got any of the same writers.
And they made a season 3, maybe?
Yeah, I think they
did. The final season?
Yeah.
But that's a different team, as you said, right?
I think so.
Wasn't that made after the bankruptcy? That's probably why it's this different team.
Yeah, it was made after the bankruptcy. Or finished after the bankruptcy. Yeah. But I don't think it was released, or was it?
I don't know.
I think they finished it and then didn't release it.
That's weird.
I mean, none of them got paid, so
I guess.
They didn't get any severance, the workforce. They just got laid off.
Fun.
Yeah. So, big yikes. Telltale, not cool.
Traveler's Tales, on the other hand. The Lego people.
The Lego people?
Well, the people who make the Lego games. Traveler's Tales. Lego Star Wars.
Oh, is that where TT Games comes from?
Yes.
Whoa, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't know. That's what it stood for.
It's Traveler's Tales, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just TT Games these days?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought it always was. What is your opinion on there being voice acting in the Skywalker Saga one?
I much prefer them without it.
Yeah, same.
But if it means that with voice acting and stuff, they can fix Finn's story arc and maybe more of the stuff.
Yeah.
Why not?
But it's just not as funny.
It really isn't.
When they're talking. It's just, I find the original Lego Star Wars games and the original Indiana Jones one, I thought they were quite funny games.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like pulling out a lightsaber and then the other person pulls out a banana and so whoops. It's more actual slapstick.
I mean, that is like the kind of humor they would do as well, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that wouldn't be that wouldn't be the focus of like that. You know, it would be.
It wouldn't be the best joke in the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or them like I don't know. Yeah.
They probably did peak in a complete saga.
Was there voice acting in the Clone Wars one?
No.
So they're all going. What?
That was my Ahsoka.
Whoa, high pitch Ahsoka. I'm not gonna try. I got.
What are you trying to do?
Oi.
Sound normal to Gruta make.
Yeah, we'll hear that in the Escape from Cadavo when they go. Oi. Escape from
E.
Escape from E.
Yeah, do.
Cough.
E cough.
E. Yeah. General Gree. General Beavis.
Everyone is bees.
Yeah. We really need to get on track.
Should I cut out all of that? Because that was so long.
So long. Farewell.
So long. A Star Wars
story.
Tangent.
Whoa. But
that could be a title.
So long. Yeah, fair enough. But Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. What did we think about
Scooby-Gay Do War Crimes?
Scooby-Gay Do War Crimes. That's
That's the name of the sci-fi fantasy group chat at one point.
It wasn't War Crimes.
Yeah, it was.
It was just Scooby-Gay Do Crimes.
Oh, I thought it said Scooby-Gay Do War Crimes. Whoops.
If Ellis was in charge, it would have been War Crimes.
Whoa.
Because military boys.
If Crosshair was in charge, it would be Scooby-Gay Do War Crimes.
Yeah, I did very much enjoy the contrast between like the Disney Plus saying that it's a 6+ series, and the Crosshair's troops literally flamethrowering refugees.
Yeah, you see people get like shot in the chest, and you see them die on screen. Because normally, like, they get away with it because, like, oh, if a clone dies, he's wearing armor, so you can't actually really. You can technically say
he's just injured.
Or like, you know, it's not technically a human or something like that. I don't know.
Which is still pretty unethical, but still.
Yeah. But, like, because it's a human being that you see getting shot in the chest, it's like that guy dead. Also, that transport looks like the Imperial transport that I've seen in Darth Vader comic.
It kind of reminded me of some of the transports in Rebels as well.
Yeah, well, they're the same ones.
Whoa, that's...
Yeah, and used at the end of season 5 is the Jedi that knew too much.
I do not remember that one, I'm afraid.
That's the Ahsoka one.
I know that. I thought that was the one with Citadel.
No, that's like Citadel, the Citadel, and then even PL died.
Was Tarkin in the Jedi Who Knew Too Much?
Yeah,
as well?
he was at the trial.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do not remember that at all.
Yeah, because Ahsoka was being trialed by the Republic stuff because the Jedi Council were like, yeah, fuck you. Even though it was obvious that she didn't do it.
Yeah.
She wasn't there. But
what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do? But what you can do is...
like and subscribe.
No, we're not ending it!
We're not, but we can still chill.
Yeah, but the Moon of Ordo Dragon...
The Ordo Moon Dragon.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it Ordo Moon Dragon or is it Ordo Moon Dragon?
I think it's Ordo Moon Dragon because there is a planet called Ordo, and guess what? It's where Clan Ordo comes from, of Candarius Ordo fame.
Whoa, the Mando from KOTOR.
Yeah, Candarius Ordo his Clan Ordo is from the planet Ordo, which its moon may have been the planet. Like the moon that the Bad Batch crashed on in this episode. It's
not impossible.
Yeah. So
it was unclear what planet it was, or moon it was.
Yeah.
On the Wikipedia, it's still called unspecified moon.
Yeah. Well, it's possible that the Ordo Moon Dragon is native to Ordo Moon, but they're not on Ordo Moon. Much like how the Nexu appear on
Seleucami
and other planets.
But they're from what was it, Chumulangma?
Chungama.
Big Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. Get up again.
I get kicked off a pillar, but I scratch her top off.
Reveal her belly.
Reveal her weirdly
detailed
midriff.
God damn it! Imagine
Cholgana.
Yeah, that's where Nexu were from.
Yeah. The big cat rat lizards.
Cat rat. Ooh,
Cat lat. Never mind.
But the Ordo Moon Dragons, they stole this capacitor. I kept thinking it was flux capacitor for some reason. They took that because they love energy.
Yeah, I really liked how it pulsed with green when it was consuming energy.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It reminded me of the Purrgil.
Wow, like how the Purrgil charge up before they shoot themselves off.
Yeah, it made me wonder if the Moon Dragons can do some weird stuff as well.
Maybe they can maybe they're Pikachu.
Maybe they can do what the Black Panther suit can do, absorb energy and then go.
Yeah,
maybe the seismic charge is based on them.
The thing he never did in Infinity War or Endgame.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't think he did. Did he?
I think so.
I thought he only did it in his movie.
I didn't like it much, but
I also didn't like the effect. I thought it looked bad.
Yeah, especially in the car chase. The car chase in particular.
Oh my god! Why did they go to Korea? I don't understand.
Why not? I don't mind that.
I know, but it's they could have gone somewhere that we haven't seen in the MCU before.
They could have gone to Madripoor with actual budget.
Whoa!
I mean, I say that they had a fair amount of budget.
Don't you? What you mean? Container yard, empty roads? You mean that isn't realistic for a Singapore-esque city?
No. Point is,
yes. Or the chins.
Moon.
Because pointy chins.
The pointy chins. But before then, I wanted to say, did you enjoy how basically the beginning of those scenes was basically just episode 5?
I was about to say that because they have similar breathing things.
There's the thing that eats parts of the ship.
Yeah, much like the Minox.
Yeah. And the scene where Omega first sees the Ordo Moon Dragon.
Very similar to how... no, actually, no, not similar. Exactly the same as how Leia first saw the Minox.
I'm going to say it was shot-for-shot remake.
Because Leia was sitting up at the controls, and so was Omega.
Yeah, she saw something skirt around. She was
what? And it was or whatever the Minox did.
Yeah, the Minox is just like the lady in The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah,
the lady goes.
She goes. Oh! That's what she does because she's got
8 limbs.
Yeah, she also has like 6, which is an insect, so I don't know what you would call them.
Bugs can have breasts.
Bug boobs.
Bubs.
Bubs, Mr. Bubs.
It's or Wolverine's catchphrase.
Mr. Bubs is
No,
Wolverine's...
it's just Bub. He calls people Bub.
Oh, is that because he's Canadian?
It's because he likes Bub.
He likes bubs.
He likes Bubs.
You heard it here first. Wolverine likes bug boobs. Wolverine gets off to ants.
The movie.
Yeah.
With directed by freaking what's his face?
The gut Woody Allen.
Woody Harrelson. Yes. Tobias Beckett himself.
Yes.
Toby Beckett.
Toby Beckett. Yeah. You don't like that name.
They could have just called him Toby, but Tobee.
Tobias.
Or something, but Tobias Beckett is just literally an Earth name.
I mean, I don't think it's too bad.
He just sounds like the villain from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Well, that's because his surname's Beckett.
Yeah.
I would like to see more Tobias Beckett. I would like to see Tobias Beckett in Bad Batch if we're seeing more of the criminal scene.
Oh, was he? He wasn't working for Drayden Voss, was he?
Well, I mean, he might have been, but we don't know for how long. We know that he killed Ayla Secura. Well, he pushed her and she fell to her death.
Aura Singh, you mean?
Aura Singh, not Ayla Secura.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tobias Beckett kills Aura Singh.
Yeah. Was it Neo? Not Neo. Who
Neo.
kills? What's his name that kills?
Oh, Bly.
Oh, I must have been thinking of
Adigalia.
Adigalia. No, fake Adigalia.
No, are you sure?
Adigalia gets killed by Savage Opress.
Are you sure that's Adigalia? No, you're thinking of Stas Ali.
Yeah, fake Adigalia, who dies on Seleucamine.
Yeah, Stas Ali. No, Florum.
Oh, Florum?
No, Stas Ali dies on Florum to Savage Opress.
Oh, okay.
And Adigalia is the one that gets killed by Neo on Seleucamine.
But I thought that fake Adigalia was on the Jedi Council in episode 3. Never mind.
Oh, I can't remember. This, I mean, I don't want to say that the Jedi Council has a species quota.
It kind of looks like it.
I mean, especially if you look at like in Legends, if you look at like KOTOR,
there's always a Yoda.
There's always a Yoda species. There's always a bold black man. There's always at least one like Zabrak type. There's always one trying to like a Togruta. Probably one Aura Singh type. Or Adigalia type. I think. Yeah. Jedi Council has an agenda.
Yeah.
Jedi Council run by Brie Larson. I'm joking, by the way.
Yeah, he means Brian Larson.
Yeah, who directed.
He wrote. Mystery of a Thousand Moons.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was the worst episode of season 1.
It was the worst episode of Dave Filoni show.
Whoa.
Probably.
I think it's better than the Jedi.
Do you actually?
I don't know. I need to watch them back to back. What can I...
And technically Dave Filoni was involved in the Resistance. So.
Yeah, 40 tried and 40 died. As J-Bo Hood says.
J-Bo, pull it up.
J-Bo, pull it up. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if we see J-Bo Hood ever again.
I don't know. Well, we saw him one more time in the prequel comic to, I think, something at the end of season 1.
Why?
Because they go to Iago, because one of the bounty hunters flees there for some reason.
Oh. What if we see J-Bo Hood in The Mandalorian season 3?
What if he joins the Paperclip Club?
Whoa, what war crimes has J-Bo Hood done?
He probably reprogrammed the droids to do something bad for him. I don't know. Maybe using battle droids was outlawed.
Whoa. Maybe. That is possible that happened under the Empire, because I doubt the Empire would want private armies hanging about.
Yeah, especially with B-1 battle droids. Those are the bad. What happened to the Trade Federation as a whole?
Everything got nationalized, didn't it?
True.
Like in episode 4, the part time in Star Wars when politics was never mentioned. Not Wedge. Biggs talks about how. I think this is in a deleted scene, but it is canon. Biggs was talking about how the Empire was nationalizing the farmland, and so that's why he decided to join the rebels, because nationalizing farmland—that's a pretty
It's
not
a
cool.
pretty communist move.
Well, I think the Nazis do it as well.
Probably.
Yeah, not cool.
Very, very not whoopee credit.
Yeah, but something that was whoopee credit. We talk about bloody Omega's room. How can she sleep in that? I don't think the bed's long enough.
Fetal position.
Much like that.
The babies in the tubes.
Oh yeah, well they're literally
babies in tubes.
Yeah. No, we said someone else was in a fetal position.
Did we?
Yeah, the droids and the MTTs are in the fetal position.
I don't think we ever talked about that.
It's on the cover of your encyclopedia.
Well, not fully, but mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's even more than a fetal position. It's like when magicians try to fit themselves into a 1 cubic meter to thing, or smaller than that even. I bought myself in a bit of a pickle. That's technically allowed because that's a Dark Souls reference.
Thank God. Something that isn't a Dark Souls reference is the next episode of Bad Batch. So what's going to happen? That was such a shit segue.
Are we doing prediction segments now?
We do them every week anyway.
We didn't last time.
Did we not talk about what could happen?
No.
Why?
You're asking me. I don't know.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen, or is that banned?
It's not banned. I think that at this point they are going to have to go talk to that Trandoshan.
The fat Trandoshan. I'm saying Trandoshan
because it's correct.
Fat Trandoshan. I refuse.
Trandosian. That's not even how it's spelled.
Trandoshans were first seen in
episode 5.
No, episode 4.
Oh, really?
There's one in the cantina.
Oh, fun. I don't remember that.
You need to you see, but you do not observe.
Is that something that the Bendu said?
Whoa, Tom Baker. Does Sylvester McCoy play anyone in Star Wars?
I do not believe so.
Sylvester McCoy plays he plays Radagast in the Hobbit movies. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, Sylvester McCoy, that's 8? No, 7?
7.
7.
Yeah, the one that gets shot in the movie.
Was that in the movie?
Yeah, in the Doctor Who TV movie.
I thought that you only see him under... Well, no.
No,
I haven't seen the movie.
His TARDIS appears, he steps out of TARDIS and gets gunned down by a lot of gang people.
Oh, he is in that movie?
Yeah, and that's how he dies. He gets taken to the hospital and turns into Paul McGann.
I only saw that scene where he's already under a sheet, so I didn't know.
Yeah, and you do see him get shot.
I'm gonna watch that movie. Why not?
Look, it's shit!
I know, but it's 25 years old at this point.
It's a wonder that they made Paul McGann's Doctor bearable through Big Finish.
Well, they made him good in
Big Finish. They made him...
They made him good in The Night of the Doctor.
Yeah, Night of the Doctor is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue that Paul McGann is one of the best Doctors there is, especially for material.
For how little he has to work with.
For how little...
There was.
Yeah, they made him into one of the best Doctors.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's good. It would have been nice to see more live action Paul McGann, but
maybe one day.
But Night of the Doctor was good, so
it was very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. What other Doctors are in Star Wars? David Tennant, obviously. He's one of the he's the droid in the Younglings arc.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, he won an Emmy for that, or was nominated for one.
Wasn't that good?
Speaking of Emmys, should we talk about that? That apparently Disney is pushing.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I heard it as rumors recently, and at least one, I think that's Variety or someone said it that Disney will be pushing for an Emmy for Gina Carano as...
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
But her acting was shit.
It really was.
She was like, yeah, the little green guy. It's like, I don't think you were meant to say that line in that tone. F***ing tough asshole. Why? That's like, considering they fired her, is this just to try and make the right-wing Star Wars fans happy? Is this appeasement? Is this the start of World War II but for Star Wars fandom? Are they going to let Gina Carano annex the Sudetenland? Bye-bye Czech Republic.
Again?
Yeah, Gina Carano, president of the Czech Republic. I'm sorry. It's to keep the Star Wars fans happy.
Well, I was just going to say that they might just be freaking James Gunning her when they should be James Gunning her down.
Why? Oh god,
that's a joke. That's a joke.
If they James Gunn her, that would suck.
Apparently, Disney included her in their 2021 Emmy Awards campaign. I don't know if New York Post is super believable.
I thought it was, but I don't know. Wait, so who else is in the Emmy runnings?
Don't know. Disney 2021.
Dave Filoni as Trapper Wolf.
There isn't a whole lot evidence for this.
Well, then it might be false. Because, I mean, the amount of bullshit theories that have come out with things recently. I don't know. Could just be fake.
It might be based on a poster which lists every actor who played a significant part in The Mandalorian, which includes Carano for standout role as Cara Dune.
Standout role, yeah, stands out like a sore thumb.
Is that literally all this is about? That her name is on a poster?
Yeah, because her name's on the credits because she is in The Mandalorian. I think erasing Gina Carano from the credits isn't exactly a cash money.
It's like this.
That's barely anything.
She's technically the only supporting actress in this.
Look, she's a supporting actress because she hasn't got a main role, and she's on the poster because she was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, like all those articles being like, "Oh, freaking Disney is walking back everything they ever did." This is nothing. This is nothing.
Yeah, we just debunked this rumor.
Well, basically.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I even brought it up, as if it was like a major thing.
No, well, now it's we're demoting it. It's now a captain thing.
Captain thing.
Yeah, it's not even a major thing.
Oh right.
His lieutenant thing.
What was the name of that imperial in Rebels who kept getting demoted?
Titus.
Titus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Titus thing.
Oof.
You wouldn't understand. It's a Swamp Thing, girl. You wouldn't understand. That's a Robot Chicken joke.
Oh, maybe I can't remember.
It was in one of the Justice League specials or superhero specials, whichever it was.
I quite like those. Is that what Suicide Squad got inspired from Starro?
I don't know. Sana Starros?
What's that?
Han Solo's wife.
Yeah, that made everyone get really angry.
Yep. She's not a bad character.
And she also wasn't his wife.
She was a fake wife for like a little bit.
Yeah.
But she introduced herself as Han Solo's wife for reasons.
Because there was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
A cheap cliffhanger.
A very cheap cliffhanger.
Yeah, so...
I didn't mind it. She's in the current run of Dr. Aphra.
Whoa.
A pretty major character.
Huh.
A pretty current character.
The current run of Dr. Aphra tying him the bounty hunter border?
Everything is.
Yeah.
And I think that Dr. Aphra is where they are bringing friggin' Dirge
Hell
into canon.
To the yes.
I do hope that he's gonna be as cool as he used to be.
I love Dirge. I would like to see Dirge in Bad Batch.
Although they will probably have to nerf him a little bit.
Why?
Because he's just like invincible.
Yeah, he's like 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
He's a badass. Are you saying you don't want indestructible worm man?
Did Obi-Wan kill him in Clone Wars, or did he get better?
I think he exploded him, but I think he probably got better. Because I don't think he was... He appeared in things after the 2003 Clone Wars series.
He did, but I'm not sure when those were set.
Yeah, they could be set before, but I don't think he did. I don't think he died. I could be wrong.
Tough to say.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I mean, they killed Django in the same movie that he was introduced, so
yeah,
why not Dirge?
That is true. Oh, I hope they don't kill him off in canon. Imagine if they did.
I mean, you can still make prequels with him, but that would be dumb. Why bringing him in when just kill him?
Apparently Dirge dies in Carthage.
I don't know where that is.
In 19.43 BBY.
19.43.
Yeah, that's how
That's Clone Wars times.
It's how the timeline used to work. I mean, at one point they used to have the point bit to supplement
at 1.43.
Yeah, but he was born in 2022 BBY. That's next year.
Oh my god. Are you saying that our timeline is just Star Wars in reverse?
Oh my god, so when Dirge is born... Okay, listeners, if any of you have a child next year...
Call it Dirge.
Call it Dirge.
Whatever it is, call it Dirge.
Yeah. It's you can make it gender neutral.
Yeah.
It works.
Dirge is... I'm pretty sure that Dirge is gender neutral.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
Most names are, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Because English doesn't have gendered language.
Well,
this in the same way that Spanish or Czech do.
Yeah, because you have
German.
Yeah, every word. I think names are different to words though.
Yeah, well, names are much more tied to genders because language is more gendered.
I think in English, it still covers off Latin stuff still, because Julia is the feminine form of Julius.
Well, you have feminine and masculine versions of some names. You have Yidri and you have Yidrina, which is George and Georgina.
Yeah.
Or Georgia, or whatever.
Adrian, Adriana.
Yeah, but you don't have that of every name. Is there a Frederica?
That's Frederica.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah.
There's a Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Josephina.
This just reminded me of...
Are we just listing names now?
This has reminded me of, I think it was 2 years ago, with the Snapchat filter, when you did the woman filter for yourself and put it on the sci-fi chat. And I can't remember someone who was like, wow, voicer. I'm just... blood rush on the chat. Do you remember that?
I do not.
It was kind of fancy voicer now, someone said on the chat.
Oh, wow.
I want to find it, but I think it's too far back. I'll never be able to say.
I don't know. Last time I did that filter, I looked exactly like one of my friend's roommates.
And they were roommates.
And it turned out that they lived together.
Whoa. Who?
Who?
Who
cares? Podcast over.
Bloody talking about roommates.
Oh.
Crosshair has got new roommates.
He does.
-1 because he killed one of them.
Yeah, and they still live in the same room.
Yeah, but does he have the same bed?
I would assume so.
What if someone took his bunk and he just didn't tell them?
He just followed his order to get a different bunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting that they didn't patch over all the scratches they made into the walls.
Yeah, I mean that's effort.
Yeah, because there was that a little bit of recollection and reminiscing.
I think Crosshair was looking at it and was like deep down inside, he's still got part of him, much like how. So when Tech said, when Wrecker said to Tech, Crosshair didn't do all those things, and then Tech was like, well, so that means I sort of took it that there is something inside of Crosshair that is his old self somewhere, much like how Rex was able to through his will power to like do something, like tell Ahsoka to look up fives, and how like Commander Grey in the Kanan comic was able to fight against the inhibitor chip using his willpower. There's still something inside of these, but it's like...
Yeah. I mean, it is literally just the chip telling him to do this thing, right?
Yeah, but it's like...
If they remove it, will he go back to normal?
Possibly.
Or is he just too far gone?
It depends on like how much of the normal... Is the normal being deteriorated over time?
Very good question.
So,
especially since his is like more powerful than most of the others.
Yeah, exactly. And they keep doing tests on him and stuff.
Yeah, possibly like ramping it more and more up to complete that sentence that I just didn't
sandwiches. Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I am wondering if this is like building up to maybe they will like snap him out of it. But it feels like he wouldn't want to go back to me because he's doing a lot of very bad stuff.
Do you think he won't be able to live with himself? Do you think instead of Jar Jar, it will be Crosshair that blows himself up?
He might be the one who dies with the past and kills it because he has to.
Or if he just shoots himself?
That's also possible.
That would that happen in a 6+ show?
Look,
can they depict suicide in that? No, they have depicted suicide in Clone Wars.
Have they?
Yeah. In the Escape from Cadavo arc, there's... When they go to Cadavo with the Zygerian queen, one of her slaves undoes her shackles and escapes, and you think, oh my god, what's she going to do? And the first thing she does is throw herself off the balcony and kills herself. That's in a kids show.
Yeah. I guess there's still a little bit of a difference between jumping off a cliff, and shooting yourself in the head.
Yeah, but what is the difference between someone pointing a gun at someone else's head and pulling the trigger like they do in the show, and doing the same with yourself? They might shoot it in a way where technically you could argue that it wasn't his gun.
Yeah. Well, maybe they will do it in the way that he's sitting somewhere with a gun, and then you cut away and you hear a gunshot.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do in Doctor Who and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember in Waters of Mars when the captain just fucking kills herself?
Yeah, that was dark. I think we mentioned this on the podcast. That was super dark moment. The Doctor showed her or met her as a child, and then he saves her, and then she's like, fuck this, everyone on my team is dead, and she just
in a house that belongs to someone, probably.
Yeah,
because he took her to the past.
No, oh no, she took her to the future. She meets her granddaughter.
Oh,
I think
she just walks into the house of her granddaughter and kills
herself.
herself.
No, she kills herself in the present.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, well, the present for her time, that is. Which is 2030 something.
So it would be her house.
Yeah, it was her house.
But empty. That she would have gone back to, but...
Yeah. And she was like, fuck this.
So people would just think that she was on Mars, but they just find her dead in her own house.
Yeah, they show the news report at the end. They're like, what the fuck? She was on Mars. How could she kill herself on Earth?
Doctor Who is a good show.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, yeah. Unironically, apart from...
Some things. Yeah. Goddamn Chibnall. I've been watching some more videos on freaking arachnids in the UK, and it's just such a weird, written show.
Episode. I was like, no, you can't shoot them. That's so inhumane. Meanwhile, kills them by removing all oxygen.
Yeah. And
lets them die slowly. Not to Whoopi credit. What number Doctor is she?
13, I think.
13th.
Technically,
unlucky.
Or 14th if you count War Doctor.
Technically, a bazillionth if you count all the other ones.
Yeah, if you count Timeless Child as canon, which you kind of have to.
Yeah, well, they changed the canon. They changed the Doctor's origin story every fucking series.
Remember when the Doctor was half human?
Yeah. The The showrunners sure don't.
No.
I got a feeling they didn't write. I got a feeling they didn't write the TV movie.
Yeah, like parts of it may have been like, I think, was it like a co-production of America?
Yes.
So some of it may have been like the bigwigs in America telling them, you have to do this to make him more relatable.
That's why it was set in America.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And why he's more of like a romantic hero.
Yeah.
I think.
The Master looks like John Hamm.
Is he not?
He's not actually John Hamm.
I like John Hamm.
Yeah, tasty.
Very much.
God, John Hamm's good in Baby Driver.
He's good in Black Christmas.
It's called
Black
White.
Mirror. Oh, White Christmas? Never mind.
Yeah, White Christmas in Black Mirror.
Oh, Black Christmas is that horror film. That's very bad.
Have you seen the horror movie, the Christmas horror movie? It's a Finnish one where a bunch of ice diggers find Father Christmas frozen in ice.
I did not.
And
see
then
that.
he escapes, and then he starts killing everybody.
God damn it!
And it's like a story about like these kids have got to kill Father Christmas, because like Father Christmas is like a primordial eldritch being.
How fun!
Yeah.
Have you seen? I think it was Norwegian film called Dead Snow.
I have not.
About a couple people who go to like a cottage in the mountains and they find Nazi gold, and that awakens the zombies that are guarding it.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds like the Dathomir episode.
Sounds like the fake movie Zombies on Snow from a series of Unfortunate Events 2.
Is that a movie?
It's a fake movie that's just like, it's like a secret message made into a movie.
No, I mean series of Unfortunate Events 2.
It's in the show.
Oh.
Sorry, in book 2 and episode 2 of the Netflix show.
Unpopular opinion. It's the f***ing same as the movie.
It's not.
It pretty much is.
Not
like,
really, because like the movie...
Neil Patrick Harris's whatever he's called is basically the same as Jim Carrey's. I will die on that hill.
A hot take: Jim Carrey's Count Olaf was better than Neil Patrick Harris's.
Yeah.
But
they're modelled. They look exactly the same.
Yeah.
They act both pretty much the same.
There are some scenes from the movie that weren't in the book that they put in the show.
Really?
Well, I say scenes, like little bits and shots.
God damn it!
Like when someone like tries to close the door and he like blocks it with a knife.
Yeah.
That's in the movie, not in the book, but they put it in the show.
And also, they made sure to hire child actors that looked exactly the same as the child actors from the movie.
Yeah.
You can't say that they didn't do that on purpose.
No. I feel like... I think that whatever Lemony Snicket's real name is...
Does anyone know?
Yes.
Whoa!
I think he was quite involved in both of them.
Yeah.
And he just liked the changes and actors so much he brought it into the second one, which
Right.
why not?
Well, another unpopular opinion. I don't think the movie is bad.
I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It might be mostly because Jim Carrey's performance is just mwah.
Yeah, he's a massive nonce, but I mean
That I do not like.
he's a charismatic nonce.
Well, he's not necessarily a nonce. He doesn't want to. He
Yeah.
wants to marry a child, but not because he's a nonce, but because of the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, is that what? How can he do it legally?
It's a heightened reality.
Heightened 1920s, or is it 1930s? I think
It's modern day-ish.
Oh, yeah.
In one of the stories, there's a computer.
What the
It
fuck?
might be like the 70s, maybe.
Yeah.
Ish.
But like the look of the TV show and movie is like
It's-
quite old timey.
It's kind of like Batman the Animated Series or Gotham when it's like
Yeah.
nebulous time. There's like blimps, but there's also like mobile phones.
And
Oh yeah, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, just like gothic nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why were we talking about freaking series of unfortunate events?
Because a series of unfortunate events that happened in this episode was the batteries that kept getting stolen. And I just want to say, how can, if when all the batteries got taken out of the capacitor, or all the energy got taken out of the capacitor, how did it work again for them to leave?
Wasn't it just one battery?
Yeah, but it was the only one they had left.
But like the diagram showed that like only one of them was faulty. You remember when they showed like the thing and there were like three
True,
blue
but
squares and one red square.
needed all three of them to fly. So how did getting it back and then putting it back in when all the energy had been taken out?
Maybe it wasn't.
Or maybe it didn't need the energy to work.
It ate some energy, but not all of it, I guess.
Yeah, but they didn't have the lights on. Remember at the start, it had like the green lights up the edge. And then when Omega got it back, it didn't have the green lights.
Maybe it was just like 50% charge.
Maybe.
Who freaking knows?
Yeah.
Power sailing mode.
Whoa. Also, the masks, that the life support masks, quite similar to Empire Strikes Back, but also I thought they looked a bit too high tech. As in, like, they look more advanced than the ones they had in Empire.
Well, that's the case with most things, isn't it? Like a prequel technology looks very different to what they use.
Well, not all the
more
time,
high-tech.
though. I don't think it looks more high-tech. I think it looks more streamlined. I think it's like how the Arc 170, like Clone Fighters, they're like kind of precursor to like X-Wings and that. And like you can see that they're like streamlined, they're not blocky, but you can also see that they're not as advanced. Like they still look like an older version. Maybe. And it's like how I think we talked about how like Coruscant is meant to be like 1920s, you know.
Yeah, like fake
Art Deco. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did say in like High Republic or something that it was like made, I don't know in what book it was, but they did say that it was like intentionally made to look like much more pompous than it should be.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But like prequel technology is still meant to be a precursor.
Yeah. But like remember, Bad Batch is like military grade technology.
True.
I don't know where Han Solo got his stuff, but it definitely
maybe from the Trandoshan.
Maybe he stole it from freaking what's it from Kessel when he sprung all the caveman Wookiees.
The caveman Wookiees.
Remember how the Wookiees just look like Neanderthals?
Well, that's because they were malnourished.
Yeah. By the way, one of the Wookiees they spring from Kessel appeared in the most recent issue of Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah. He's on Nar Shaddaa.
Whoa, what was his name?
It's something like Naryu or something like that.
Whoa, Naruto. That's my favourite anime.
Yeah. Turns out you are the Mandalorian.
God damn.
Mandalorian and the Vulture, that's us.
Oh.
Buzz
Aldrin.
Buzz droid. Like Buzzard, but Buzzard the droid.
What's Buzzard got to do with that?
Buzzards is what Americans call vultures.
What? They're completely different birds.
I know, but they do.
Is that actually a joke?
It's not a joke.
Where the fuck does the word vulture come from? They don't say vulture.
Some of them might do, but buzzard is like a synonym for vulture.
A buzzard is just a different bird.
I know.
That's actually making me mad. God. I'm going to add that to the list of things I hate about America.
If I'm wrong, email us at onairderaan@gmail.com.
Yeah, on Air-Deraan, all one word.
Yes. Or, well, if you tweet at us, that's going to be Freddie who reads it. I won't.
We should have another email address. That's on Air-Deraan, all one word, @gmail.com. Did you just break your neck?
Yes.
Rip.
I'm fine.
Oh.
Isn't this how freaking giraffes fight, by swinging their necks?
Until one of them breaks.
Basically. Hopefully not the one who
sword fighting.
Sword Guerrera.
Should we get on?
Get on with it!
Yeah.
Get on
with it!
And now to something completely different.
Your
Man with 3 buttocks.
Oh, man with 3 buttocks.
Yeah, that's
If he has 3 buttocks, then he must have 2 ass cracks.
Thank
you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, watch that episode of Monty Python where he does show up.
Huh, I don't remember seeing it.
It's because for several episodes hype him up by saying now man with 3 buttocks, and he doesn't show up. They cut to something that isn't that.
Yeah,
and then eventually he does show up, and they have a very awkward interview.
The Monty Python was the original LOL Random.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's called Absurdist Humor, Freddy.
But it's still all random.
Yes, but it's called Absurdist Humor.
I like the Suicidal Scotsman.
I don't remember that.
It was the elite Scottish Guard, and they were training. Like, they were suicide jumpers. And so for their training, they would jump out of a castle tower to their death. And if they did it, right, then, they made the cut. And if they didn't, then I think they were shot. Because,
So are you saying they just recycled that joke for Life of Brian?
When did they do that in Life of Brian?
At the very end, when the Judean People's Front show up with their suicidal commandos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Brian is getting crucified.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, where they just run in and just stab themselves.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think they did reuse that then.
But they don't die immediately because they're like vibing to always look at the bright side of life.
Yeah.
And maybe whistling as well, but they have masks, so who knows?
I can't remember what they look like. I need to rewatch that movie again. You remember the bit when Brian just gets abducted by aliens?
I think that was a Star Wars joke.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, did Life of Brian come out in the 70s or the 80s?
Late 70s, I think. Like 78, maybe?
Because Monty Python started in the 60s, right? Or did it start in the 70s?
I think it started in the 60s.
Right,
it
no, it
in
can't
79.
Have started in the 60s because it wasn't black and white. British TV wasn't colour in the 60s.
Maybe it was filmed in colour but didn't air in...
Maybe. Duran.
It started in 1969. Hell yes. It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people that would not, have a bad review.
Yeah. Well, audience score is 91%.
Yeah, that explains it.
But people who know better are at 100%.
There's some stuff that doesn't land in Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Oh, hell yes. It's sketch comedy. It's kind of designed to be like bang, 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 50,000 jokes, and maybe like 10,000 of them land.
Yeah. I like the World Hide and Seek Championship. The Olympic World Hide and Seek.
It goes on for like 5 years.
Yeah.
It's like one of them is like in a castle in Scotland, and the other one is just somewhere else.
They start in Italy, I think. It's so fucking stupid.
I don't know why, but my favorite bit is Raymond Luxury Yacht. It's spelled Raymond Luxury Yacht, but it's pronounced Throat Wobbler Mangrove. And the interviewer is just like, just fuck off. I don't want to interview you. You're just too silly.
Yeah, it is. I told you about the Elizabethan or the Tudor pornography task force.
You did.
I still don't understand that one, if I'm honest.
Look, it's probably based on something that happened in the 60s.
What, time-travelling pornography?
Maybe it's something referencing something from the 60s. Maybe it was referencing the Carry On films, I don't know.
Maybe.
Did they start in the 60s?
Probably. Carry On Cowboy and all that.
Oh yeah, some of them were black and white, weren't they?
Yeah.
I saw Carry On Camping and it was decent, I guess.
I've only seen Carry On Cowboy.
I don't think I would watch too many of them, but it was fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I liked what's his name? The most famous actor from there. Was it like Jonathan Stewart or something? I don't know.
Jon Stewart. Stu John!
Stu John! Whoa! Obi-Wan's homeworld.
Carry On Kenobi!
Carry on hiding in the desert. Desert, yes.
Yes.
It's like Buzzard, but it lives in the desert.
Oh, Carry On Jedi, imagine.
I don't want to.
You don't want to imagine it?
I wonder if they're going to mention Obi-Wan's home planet in the Obi-Wan TV show.
I was like, reminds me of Back Home on Stu John.
Or a different planet.
What if they change it
to Jon Stu?
What if they change it to like?
What if they call it? What if they changed it to Noah Trev?
Oh, God,
more topical, I
What if
guess.
they change it to Corden Jam?
What if they freaking recast Palpatine with James Corden?
Oh my god. I can't imagine anything worse. I found out today that the alleged Friends reunion with HBO is an interview thing.
Oh.
And it's got guest stars that include James Corden and Justin Bieber.
Oh!
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Why Justin Bieber?
I
James
don't know.
Corden I at least get because he's a comedian.
He's
allegedly.
popular in America. For some reasons. Yeah.
But
It's only a matter of time that James Corden is in Star Wars.
Yeah.
As
I
a
guess.
cameo.
Or a full-fledged character.
Oh god.
Full-fledged Cara-Dune.
Recast Cara Dune?
With James Corden?
Yeah. Yes
That
or
would be
no?
whitewashing.
Yeah, that's true. But
And also it would be James Corden.
yeah,
Which is worse?
Which is worse? Whitewashing Cara Dune with James Corden, or the fact that it's James Corden? Tell us below.
What if they just put Bustopher Jones in Star Wars?
Who's Bustopher Jones?
That's James Corden's character from Cats.
Oh god! What if they put Taylor Swift's character?
What if they put freaking what's her name? Hunter. Oh, what's her name? Oh, Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson, Hunter.
Rebel Hunter, same thing.
What if?
That's what I do. I Wilson.
What if it's the from the Lando comic, those genetically identical cat twins that are also lovers are played by actors
James Corden and
Yeah.
James Corden.
James Corden and James Corden. Oh my god.
Well, they were black. I don't know if that was black fur.
I mean,
anyway.
it doesn't matter the third thing. The bloody actor who played the main cat, the white-furred cat, got like death threats because she was playing a white cat. So skin tone and cat fur,
Also-
it doesn't matter.
Also, animals with white fur usually have dark skin. So checkmate, racists.
Whoa.
Like freaking polar bears.
That's true.
They're black.
Yeah.
The white-haired dogs and cats, pretty dark.
I don't want to skin a dog or a cat.
Black bears are pink.
Whoa. Who knew?
I did.
I know.
I know.
But
I know.
what?
My favorite Star Wars quote.
And not. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything funny, but I mean, for the last like 2 hours, I don't think I've said anything funny.
No, you have. I just don't remember what it was.
Oof. But talking of remembering things, do you think we should actually?
We said it like half an hour ago.
Like, I think it is probably time to move
To light side, the
dark side,
and the one in the middle,
the Bendu.
I'm just making it a thing. Every time we do it, I'm going to whack myself in the head with the Star Wars Visual Encyclopedia.
Whoa, from 2018.
Yeah, it's a little outdated. I think it might even be 2017.
Really?
It doesn't really have anything from
So like,
Solo or Last Jedi. Like freaking DJ, not in here. Rostico, obviously not in here because
they
Disney
never got that.
hates Rostico.
Yeah. Disney hates Rose Tico because she got a load of fan backlash, which is just f***ing awful.
Yeah. Freaking
That makes me sad.
very sad. At least they gave her freaking lead role in Raya or whatever it's called, in The Last Dragon.
That's true.
Instead of like a big Filipino singer lady.
Is that really a win?
I don't. For whom?
For Disney being woke, like good, like recasting another actor with another actor.
I don't know.
Like I mean,
I don't
think it's necessarily good. I mean, I like Kelly Marie Tran, but I wouldn't say. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, obviously, but I mean, I don't. hope the recasting was for like.
I think she's meant to be good in that movie.
Yeah,
I think it's Aquafina who people have more of a problem
Who's
with.
Is that the singer?
She's the singer who plays the dragon.
Oh.
I feel
yeah.
like people don't like her much.
Well, I saw the trailer and she was annoying. That I'm probably never going to watch that film.
I haven't even watched like any of the
recent Disney films.
Of the CGI Disney films.
No, neither. I haven't
Except for Balto. Or no, Bolt.
Bolt with John Travolta.
Yeah. That's like the only one I saw.
That's not Disney, surely.
It is Disney.
That's Disney!
That's Disney.
I got f***ing hurl.
It's pre-Tangled Disney.
God. Tangled was good though.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you should watch it, it's good.
Maybe I should watch Frozen as well.
I don't like Frozen.
I was going to say Frozen too, but...
That's also meant to be terrible.
I don't know about terrible, but not as good as Frozen.
Well, they undo it, don't they? Like, they undo the sister dynamic. They say, oh yeah, not anymore.
They freaking pull a Finn and Poe and just... No, they're going to different places they're never even gonna meet in this movie.
Yeah, literally.
But in this case, it's good that they tried to not have people ship.
Oh my god, that wouldn't be good. Oh yeah.
Unless it turns out that they're not actual siblings.
No, that sounds like a premise of some video on the internet.
It definitely is.
That is a video
of like I almost call her Sansa. What's her name?
Elsa
is pregnant with Spider-Man's baby, and they go shopping and they meet the Hulk.
I hate how that was real.
Then someone gets buried. Yeah, those videos, those like randomly generated kids videos, those are pretty bizarre.
And YouTube did nothing about them.
No, they get a lot of money and ad rev, I think.
Yeah, which we don't get.
Because no one's watching us, and we also don't have ads on our videos.
You're welcome.
What can I say except that?
Yeah, that is good. What is good about this episode?
Whoa!
What is your light side?
Ah! My light side about this is probably a little small, but and kind of also related to a different episode.
You mean it's a light side for the last episode?
My light side is that I really like the Ryloth arc.
Yeah, after all, that was Star War Crimes, and this is
Star War Crimes.
Yeah,
literally
bad.
There were Twi'leks in both episodes. There were clones in both episodes.
Twi'leks died in both episodes.
To bring you this information.
Yeah.
Disinformation.
Bad War Crimes batch.
Ooh, bad crimes.
Bad crimes.
Bad war. War batch.
War batch.
War bad. Orange war bad. That was the Ryloth arc.
Yeah, that's true. The Orange War. Is that racist?
And also Geonosis.
Yeah, there's a lot of orange planets.
It's planetist.
Wait, what is actually your light side? If it is the Ryloth arc.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
My actual bad patch.
Your actual bad. Actual bad bitch.
My actual bad bitch. What accent was that again?
I don't know. My
actual light side is how Vice Admiral, not Rancor, Rampart was like sneakily introduced on Seleucami with the things, and now he's brought in to be like an actual, probably important character that might become even more important as the series goes on.
Yeah.
He might become like the big bad.
Maybe. I think it's more Tarkin still.
It might, well, maybe Tarkin is here for the beginning and
Bangor.
Bangor, yes. It's the city in Wales and also in Maine where Stephen King lives. That's beside the point.
Bangor University? I always thought it sounded Scottish.
Is it not in Wales?
I don't know. I think it's in Wales.
It's somewhere in the UK.
It's somewhere on the planet Earth.
It's in at least 2 places on planet Earth. Oh yeah,
Schrodinger's Bangor.
If you observe it, it's somewhere else. Actually, I think it's near Anglesey or on Anglesey.
Yeah,
which is in Wales.
It's an island.
It's an island. It's an island.
Ireland.
Ireland.
I live in an island. That's how British people sound like.
What? In it?
For water.
Why? What? I'm a tuna sweep. Why am I?
I'm insulting myself.
What do you all apples and pears? I'm real cream crackered.
Yeah, apples and pears. Throw your baby down the stairs. That's not what it means.
Well, stairs is apples and pears.
Yeah.
In Cockney rhyming slang.
Yeah.
Cockney.
Cockney.
That's when they kick someone really hard.
In kneecap. That's what happened quite a lot in Ireland.
Knee bray, which is not something that exists on Earth.
That's my dark side.
Yeah, my light side is how he could become like the Agent Callus.
Yeah,
although he's probably not Kazakhstani, unlike Agent Callus.
How do we know? What if his name is Dimitri?
What if his name is Borat? I wonder if Borat is an actual Kazakhstani name.
No,
How do you know? How do you know?
I think it's just just vaguely Eastern European sounding. So
I don't know that it is. Also, Kazakhstan is not in Eastern Europe.
No, but Borat's not a name in either place.
How do you know?
It's not 100%.
Let me just check. Is Borat real name?
It's going to say, is Borat his real name? I was going to say, no, his name's actually Sacha Baron Cohen. And then YouTube's going to judge you because you thought Borat was real.
Oh, Sacha Baron...
Banks.
Sacha Noah Baron Cohen.
Whoa.
He has 4 names, actually. Whatever. No time.
Oof.
That sounded bad. Badge. We're not as funny as much as we laugh, are we?
No.
We're just tired, probably.
We're not a good podcast, or are we?
We're a bad batch podcast.
We're a batch podcast.
Of the bad variety.
Well, batch bad.
Bitch batch.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh cast.
Clone Force, bish bash bosh.
Bosh cast.
Bosh!
We're talking about Germans.
Yeah, the Bosch cast. Now we're talking about all the words you can use to insult you.
Is it a slur?
Yeah, and they were called the Bosch, weren't they?
Yeah.
The Hun, the Fritz. Krauts, yeah. The lists go on and on. But Bosch was Leia's disguise in episode 6.
Indeed.
Bosch is a type of fridge manufacturer.
And washer manufacturer.
Yeah.
Probably just, what is it called? Like white machinery or something like that?
Yeah. White appliances.
White appliances.
Even though they can come in black.
Anyway, I already said like how freaking Rampart was introduced and now he's more important, but what's your bloody light side?
My light side is that the bad thing didn't happen and that they're actually addressing the issue.
Yeah.
The bad thing it being replacing stormtroopers immediately.
Yeah, not whitewashing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's probably still happening.
That's still a bad thing.
Yeah, but I mean the thing that I just didn't want stormtroopers to immediately come into force, and I like how there's the discussion about it. It's not something they're just sweeping under the rug. Tarkin's talking about it. The Kaminoans are talking about it. Rampart is talking about it. It's all happening. It's gonna keep going.
Eventually, they might say the word stormtrooper at the very end of the show.
I think if they rebrand the clone troopers as stormtroopers, I want that.
Maybe because stormtroopers are not like the only part of the army that Empire has.
No,
like mud jumpers and army troop, or what are they called?
So the stormtroopers are in the stormtrooper corps. Yeah. It's like how you have the Marine Corps is separate to the army.
Yeah.
So
stormtroopers are like the elite ones.
Yeah, and then you have the Imperial Army,
which is what Solo was.
Yeah.
And Mick Mayfeld maybe.
Yeah, I think he was an army trooper because he said he wasn't a stormtrooper, so he wasn't in the stormtrooper corps.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said Mick Mayfeld said I wasn't a stormtrooper, as in like the sense of
he wasn't like a
Nazi,
a religious nut.
Yeah.
Religious, like, you know, a Nazi.
Fanatic. Yeah, because I feel like I think to the fans or to on the outside people, it might be like, oh, stormtroopers are stupid. But I think in universe it was more stormtroopers are actually bad. Like on the whole, they're more likely to be because we said about how stormtroopers post Operation Cinder became the Waffen SS, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
In what do you mean post Operation Cinder? How they became like the most evil ones?
Yeah, because like if they stuck around, like Mix Mayfeld didn't stick around in the Imperial Army. I don't know. Are shore troopers stormtroopers?
That's a good question. What if Mix Mayfeld was a shore trooper?
What if Mix Mayfeld
was a flamethrower?
Flameflooper?
A flamethrupper.
Whoa! Flame flubber.
Whoa.
That movie's f***ing weird.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams. Is that his name?
Is it not?
Yeah, it might be. I can't remember. It just sounded weird then. Yeah, Robin Williams. He goes into his science lecture at the start of the film, but it's actually an art class where they're drawing naked people. And then he tries to explain the biology of the naked people.
Oh, fun.
It's a shit movie.
People like it, I think.
Yeah. The cameras from the Senate in the prequel movies that film, like, you know, Palpatine's speeches and like Finis Valorum's vote of no confidence and all that, they look like the robot from Flubber.
That's insane.
Yeah. And that robot created a hologram of herself because she wanted to fuck Robin Williams.
What?
And she was jealous that Robin Williams got a girlfriend. And it ends the same way as Grease.
They fly
in a car.
What is that movie? I need to see it now.
It's not good.
But I need to see it now.
Yeah.
It's like a cultural touchstone.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the Flubber.
You did not.
Which is like this, the weird green sentient things.
Like Bor Gullet. Except he's not green.
Yeah, is Bor Gullet made of Flubber? Is Flubber canon?
Oh wait, I said the B word. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you're gonna have to
beep it out.
Yeah, that's true. Even if that's General Rampart's first name.
If it is, I will bleep it out, even if we're talking about him.
Imagine. I'm tempted to make a Star Wars wiki account just to add in Borat to his first name, just see how long it takes. Maybe I'm just in like a weird phase of mind. I'm kind of tempted.
Bet don't do it.
Okay. I'm kind of tempted.
What if his name is like B-word? Biward.
Yeah.
B-word Rampart.
Wow.
B-word.
God damn it. Speaking of B-words, what is your dark side? Because it's bad.
Sure.
B-word, bad, and also Bad Batch.
And also bees.
General Beavis.
Biggs
Dark Lighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird name. I guess that's how names work on Tatooine.
I don't know.
Is he from Tatooine? Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, he was there, but was he born there?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. My dark side. I wasn't the biggest fan of Wrecker in this episode. I felt like with his... I wasn't quite sure what was going on with like him like yelling about his head hurting.
He hit his head.
For a little bit I thought that they might be like doing something with his inhibitor chip because Crosshair also had a headache before it kicked in. But they didn't. They didn't do anything.
I thought he was wanting to stay indoors.
Oh, because he was scared.
No, because he wanted to surprise Omega.
Oh, so he was like simulating being ill so that he could make a thing.
So he could bunk off the mission Stay, because it's the only time Omega's going to go outside, and he can stay inside to do the thing.
Oh, that's surprisingly smart.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, my dark side is that I didn't understand what was going on in this episode.
Fair enough. Because, I mean, it wasn't explicitly stated.
It was too deep for me.
Yeah, too much subtext.
No, I know writers who use subtext. They're all cowards.
Do people say that?
I think that was from like an in-character documentary with like, you know, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
No.
It's like an intentionally badly made show. It's like a comedy. I think it's meant to be like Kung Fury-esque, but not that over the top. And he did like an interview in a character of a director who would make a show like that, and he said things like that, that subtext is for cowards.
Interesting.
I hear it's a good show. I want to watch it. I know that Gerard the Completionist plug. Yeah,
our sponsor.
I would sponsor him. I would take money from him.
So you want to give money to Gerard the Completionist
so that we can say his name.
Yes, legally.
I mean, if I had more money, I would get his Patreon. Point being, he likes that show a lot, which is why I know about it.
Fair.
But speaking of bad things, what is your dark side?
My dark side. I still, even though I said it's my light side that the bad thing didn't happen, still think it's happening too quick.
Changing from clones to something else.
Yeah, even though they said they're not going to do it. It's literally been a week since Return of the... since Revenge of the Sith.
You're just cursed.
I can't say Return... Oh. Just kill me! I can't say Revenge of the Sith. And I can't say Return of the Jedi.
Just like I had problems saying the words rural.
Rural.
I tried to overpronounce it. I tried saying rural. Which is just really hard.
I can't.
Until I learned that the way to do it is just to do like a guttural growl. Rural.
That's how you spell rural. R-A-W-L.
Rural is spelled R-A-W-R-X-D.
Yikes. Rural is spelled O-W-O.
Rural is spelled I-cup.
Yeah, but that is my dark side. It's just like, it hasn't been that long since Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It's still happening a bit. I know Tarkin said that the financial restraints that the Clone Army is doing, is impeding the bloody Empire, but...
Why didn't they just try to nationalize it like they did everything else?
I mean, that's what it seems to be. I guess, like, the plan, Rampart's plan, is to, as you said, supplement. So that while the main force will be clones... You will still have recruits.
Yeah, for like special forces.
Well, not just special forces. He said like how you would have the clones leading the recruits. Because the clones would have experience and lifetime training.
I don't know where exactly it originated, but I heard like Star Wars Explained theorizing that these troops might be like precursors to Death Troopers.
I'm not sure if... I don't know about that because the Death Troopers were very, very tall.
Yeah, I mean, Crosshair isn't very tall because he's a clone of Jango Fett.
Yeah.
But he's like lanky.
Yeah.
Which the Death Troopers also are.
I don't know. I don't really buy it. The Death Troopers are the Waffen SS.
Remember when it was like a big deal that Death Troopers are going to be in the Darth Vader comic, but then they just disappeared.
Were they?
They were there for like 3 chapters. I think they were meant to be like, oh, we're going to go into detail of what they are, but no.
I saw some cursed fan fiction when Rebels was on about Agent Callus. And Agent Callus, I mean, some kind of love triangle with another Imperial like officer equivalent to Thrawn, Director Krennic or something. But he wore white and had a white cloak and had white Death Troopers. Which I thought was a bit weird.
A little bit.
So, because I mean, that sort of takes the novelty away from it, because that just makes them the same colour as Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Because like it does like a 180 of the 180, so it's just a 360.
Speaking of designs, did you know that Phasma's design was one of the concepts for Kylo Ren?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that why her helmet's different to the rest of the First Order Stormtroopers?
Tough to say, but like one of the concepts for Kylo would be like the Lord of Stormtroopers, which would be why he like looks the same but like metallic.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I mean, there's a reason why they didn't go for it.
Yeah. Would you say you're a bit ambivalent to it?
I would say that it's kind of like middling, if you will. Maybe
well,
one in the middle.
The Bendu.
The Bendu. What was yours?
No, my one in the middle, the Bendu, was actually something I just thought was interesting that they brought it up. And I know literally all through my points have been about the recruits and the stormtroopers and the clone trooper stuff, but how one of them says like, under the Empire, I've been given roof over my head and food to eat and money. It's more than the Republic ever gave me. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. But they're sort of going into why stormtroopers would join willingly.
Yeah, I do. I really do like this because like, if after a few years there's like a lot of war and everything is war torn, and then there's like a big change in regime, even though like it won't take too long for them to show their true colors. A lot of normal people will be like, oh yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
Because like many regimes like start nicely and then...
Well, nicely on the surface at the very least.
Yeah.
It's how they entice support, and then once they got the support, they keep it. But I think it's also interesting because we know that stormtroopers throughout the Empire weren't conscripts. But it hasn't like been in a mainline thing when that has been like the case. That makes sense? So a lot of people assumed, oh, that stormtroopers are conscripts, but they're not. They are recruits. So it's interesting to hear from this person's mouth, like the reason why people would willingly join the Empire.
It is interesting to me that the Empire wouldn't have like mandatory military service.
I mean, we know they don't because like Luke otherwise would have been conscripted.
Yeah, and Han had to like sign himself up.
Yeah.
To that post that was blaring the Imperial March.
The Imperial March from Rebels.
Some people had a problem with that, but I like that Imperial March is like an actual in-universe piece of music.
I think people have a problem with it because the canon version sounds really like weird, like tinny.
Because it was on a speaker.
Yeah, both times.
Yeah, both times. Oh, in Rebels.
Is that the first time we've seen a speaker in Star Wars?
I'm gonna say
because
nothing.
I don't think the hologram like transmission on like cool speakers counts.
No. But
I mean like an audio speaker, like something that is playing, and not the same as a box, but like
I still have to bleep that, don't I?
I think so. Sorry.
I think, yeah, it's fine. It's not our fault.
Yeah. Or as it's. What was it? In one of the books, it was like
a festering jizz box.
You're as something as a festering jizz box.
We said it so many times.
Look, I mean, I'm sorry.
It's better than last episode.
How so?
After we talked about SEO and ASMR,
we
got launched into some very cursed stuff.
We got launched into cursed stuff this episode.
Well, it wasn't quite as bad as Saucy Guerrera.
Yeah, but something that wasn't quite as bad, but not necessarily like, your light side. What was your one in the middle, the Bendu?
I'm actually kind of struggling to think of anything.
Bruh.
Because this episode, it did have good things in it, and it had other things in it. But I don't know what I would like pick out to be like that notable, but not necessarily good. I don't know. I found it interesting that Omega basically stole and is now owning Wrecker's plush.
Yeah.
Which I find it a little interesting. It's I guess it plays into that father, daughter, uncle dynamic, or like big brother that they maybe have.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Wrecker is more of a big brother than an uncle, I would say. I mean, literally, that's what clones are. If she's a clone of the same person.
Yeah, like when Wrecker was like, oh my god, we're gonna die, and then he looks over to Omega and was like, we're gonna be fine.
I thought it was a little cringy.
Well, I thought that was good.
I felt like they lingered on it a little bit too long.
That's just pacing, I guess.
Yeah.
I did think the pacing all around was quite good for this episode still.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It went by quite quickly, especially since it was like 20 minutes long.
I mean, that's how long these episodes are. That's how long it was in Clone Wars.
I know.
We did see V-Wings on Camino, I think.
I do not recall, but probably.
I think we did. I could be wrong. Actually, I'm never wrong. I'm always correct.
But you are a fake fan.
I am a fake fan, but you are wrong in that notion.
Whoa! There are two podcast hosts. One of them always tells the truth, and one of them always lies. Their names are Michael and Sam.
Whoa!
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was my very low energy one in the middle. The Bendu. Maybe I just bonk myself in the head too much.
I think you're losing brain cells from that. The more episodes we do, the less brain cells Voiter has.
Yeah.
Keep watching for Voiter's brain to collapse.
Eventually, I'm going to actually have a stroke on Air-Deraan.
Whoa. I tweeted, by the way, an hour ago, Luke Star Wars is my favourite character. Who's yours? But then I think someone replied unironically to it with a cheer it in way gif. And I'm like, I want them to know that I know it's not Luke Star Wars. I know it's Luke Skywalker. It was a joke. Do people think we think it's Luke Star Wars?
I don't think so. I think it's obvious enough that we're making a joke.
Yeah.
That we're doing a funny.
We're doing a funny.
Like Master Splinter.
What? Oh.
Yeah, I did a funny. That's the thing he says.
Master Splinter is a rat.
He is.
Has he got diseases?
Is he a bow rat? Does he ever use the bow staff?
Wow, then he would be
a bow rat.
Yeah. Does sound Borathis the Hutt. It sounds like one.
Well, because there's Radis the Hutt.
Macram Empire. You can just delete that.
I will not.
Ah! God damn it. Well, I know this has been a bit low energy, but because we've both been quite tired.
Freddy just finished his dissertation.
Yeah, and Voiter is in the middle of work still.
You say that kind of.
Kind of funny, kind of work.
Whoa, half man, half work.
2.5 work.
Too fast to work.
Ride hard, die hard.
Ride hard, work hard.
Ride hard, Rampart.
Whoa! Well, his name might actually be Reinhardt. We don't know.
It is Rampart.
I meant like Reinhard Rampart.
Reinhard Rampart.
Reinhard Rampart.
Yeah.
That's the triple X parody of Bad Batch. That is Bad Bitch.
Yeah, Bad Bitch.
Bad Bitch. Rika.
God.
Green Pot.
Amiga. A mega smegma.
Teakin? What? No.
No.
Oh,
I forgot that is a bad word, isn't it? Well, it's not a bad word.
It's not a bad word. It's not as bad as jizz.
It is a Star Wars music movement.
It also sounds like a Pokemon Slugma.
Slugma balls. That's what happens when you catch them.
Yeah.
In the Pokeballs.
In the Pokemon balls.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite customer. Look.
Like how when you see an animal that's been run over, it's probably best to put it out of its misery.
Yeah, we should put a crosshair and kill this captive
Oh
podcast.
yeah, we should pull a crosshair in 5 episodes and shoot ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't pull a crosshair. We should pull a trigger.
Whoa.
On crosshair, which is the thing that he's going to do.
And, we could do like a Mexican standoff. It's like, we got our guns aimed at crosshair. He's got his gun aimed at himself.
Don't kill yourself or we'll kill you.
Yeah, it's in Bruges.
Is that what happens in Bruges?
It was like, if you fucking shoot yourself, if you kill yourself, I'll kill you.
I feel like that happens in a lot of things.
Yeah, and in Bruges it's quite funny.
I think it happens in Harry Potter as well, in the last one. Like Ron says, if we die here, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's my favourite Ron Weasley quote.
Yeah.
But yes,
if someone had an F-bomb in the Star Wars, it would be Ron Weasley.
Yeah. But yes. We are going to Mexican standoff, so point our gun at Crosshair, Crosshair pointing a gun at himself, and the Death Star pointing at the planet that we're on.
Yeah, well, as long as we're pointing, no one is going to shoot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. I guess.
You may fire when ready.